People who have asked me about how to kickstart their cloud computing career. Salesforce is a great way to do that. Hi, I'm Kim Barnes of Lipstick and Tech, and I'm a 4-year Salesforce professional in industry who has used Salesforce and self-study tools to get my Salesforce certification and a Salesforce job, and have been working with clients such as likely yourself who are interested in pursuing additional careers. Today, I wanted to address a question that I've gotten often, to the point that I have a resources page over at lipstickandtech.com, which is some of the resources that I have used to get started with Salesforce. I will be introducing you to Salesforce's free interactive and guided tool for business users, admins, and devs to learn Salesforce, and it's called Trailhead.com. Trailhead is basically a gamified way of getting started with your learning, and it's a great platform, and I highly recommend it that you get started. Let's get started here. So you'll see here, this is the home page that you get. I have had a couple of clients tell me that this is a bit of a challenging platform. They don't know where to begin. And so what we'll do is log in or sign up. If you haven't at this time, I highly recommend signing up by clicking the sign up button here. And the great part about this platform is that if you already have an existing Salesforce platform, you can keep all your profiles together. Or likely, if you're new, use Google, or what I generally recommend is LinkedIn. So it makes the transition into showing your profile a lot more smoothly, pardon me. If you are one of those users, whether you're a beginner or you're advanced, a student in college, or just a career seeker, Trailhead comprises of modules, trails, and projects that are self-paced, and they cover a variety of topics. It's a great way to start padding your resume by sharing all of the badges that you've done outside, similar to coursework that you might have covered in like Udemy, for example. It covers everything from the actual tech behind Salesforce with a lot of other soft-skilled badges, business badges, and a lot more. A lot of people use this tool to go through self-paced guidance and exercises and quizzes to bring them towards the step of certifications. If you're one of those users, you're going through badges and you're interested in getting certified, don't forget to subscribe for more content, ring the bell, and I highly recommend staying in the loop by following us over on Instagram and Twitter. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in, and let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and log in. I have you see, been a member of this website. I, as you can tell, use the Salesforce login through LinkedIn, so that's what I'd use. Once that gets started, I'm going to show you, once this loads, how to navigate around Trailhead. It's worth noting, obviously some of this stuff will be pre-populated since I have been a user here before, but this is essentially what you have to understand prior to jumping in. A lot of the content that you'll see here can be divided by trails. So a trail is essentially a guided path. I'm going to go ahead and click on this one, for example. A trail contains modules where you'll dive into specific topics, projects, or both, And then within each of those modules, they'll be comprised of specific skills and lessons that'll get you towards accomplishing what you will hear is called a badge. What occurs is as you start gaining up badges, there are assigned points, and there are different levels that you might win per badge. One of the things that I also recommend people do if they're navigating through Salesforce for the first time is doing a global search if they're looking for specific words, and selecting a desired badge, trailer module that they're interested in. If you've been in Salesforce before, you'll also notice that in addition to those recommended badges that you saw at the beginning there, you could also, when you pass by a badge that you're interested in, you can use the liking tool. So when you have a chance to look at it at a later time, you can get back to it. As you can see, I had liked these previously, and I took a chance, and I'm now in progress of completing those projects or modules that'll get me towards receiving that badge. As you grow in your experience, you can earn even super badges, which is a skill-based hands-on challenge using existing or real-world knowledge to tackle complex real-world challenges. That is a more advanced topic that we'll discuss for another day, but it's very similar to what most of the badges that you'll be handling. The skill level might be slightly different. If you are going in and you are just not sure where to start, you have an ultimate goal of going into getting that first few badges for the first place, especially since you're a new admin, I would highly recommend going into this learning tab and starting from here. As you could see, I had discussed modules already. If you are limited on time, modules are generally the best way to get started. Make a goal for yourself to do one badge a day. Some badges can range from 25 minutes to an hour 45, and some trails even go up to several hours. I've seen badges that take up to 6 hours, but as you can see, I generally, if I am working in badges, I like to keep it around the 30 to 2 hour mark because I think it keeps me motivated and encourages me to keep going. One of the things that you'll see here too, especially if I'm new, I would highly recommend going into the trails. If rather than bouncing around to different modules, the trails page is an excellent way to kind of get you in the mindset of things that maybe you should learn. For example, I use the filters here to go between admin, business user, and developer, and the different skill levels to narrow down some recommended learning that has been given. As you can see, some of these, the content of them I've already completed, but this is a great start. So learning the fundamentals. If I was new and I'd be clicking that, and I have not learned what a CRM yet is, this is a great trail to start with. And so your next question is probably, what do one of these modules look like? Great question. Let me go ahead. This is one of the modules under this badge. I can click on the module here or begin the same exercise here. Notice that you don't have to do it in the order that they are recommending, but generally it's a better idea to do so. I'm going to go ahead and select that. It'll bring me to the modules page, and I'll begin by getting started with data quality, which is the name of this badge. So what you'll get in each of these badges is an excerpt. Generally, it'll be an example. It'll be some educational learning. You'll notice that there's a portion that could be images. In some instances, it could be videos. You might even get exported, or rather, you might even get links that'll take you to other pages for your information. And so, ultimately, if I were to read all of this, I might get a quiz here. A quiz or a prompt that'll take me to some exercise that I have to replicate. When you're going through your badges, you'll be accumulating points, as I mentioned, and earning credentials, which helps you build out a profile eventually of all of the skills that you're learning throughout this. By the way, definitely let me know in the comments if you have created your Trailblazer account yet by the point that I'm speaking right now. Comment with I'm a Trailblazer, and if you haven't, don't forget to say I'm a future Trailblazer. It would really inspire me, and it would inspire many of the others watching this video. And on that note, one of the things that you'll learn going through this as well is that sometimes you'll have challenges. You'll have exercises that as you're going through them, this is ultimately what you're aiming for, but you might have some moments when you're really stuck on a question and you're just not sure what to do. One of the things that I would recommend if you are struggling is to go onto the Trailblazer community, which is a public forum that you can go to. Generally, there are a lot of other people who may ask similar questions as they're also going through exercises. I always recommend going through those as well. But otherwise, if you're having trouble with even just logging in or just basic support questions, don't forget to go on the help page and search for the available help articles. And a contact us button will be available on that page, and they'll create a case for you. And you could see that here. All of these pages should have this button on the bottom to provide, as you could see, questions, feedback, or help. And if you're one of those users who's struggling with a specific badge, I would recommend going to the Connect with the Community page. You don't have to go directly through all of that navigation. The website that you might be considering is the Trailblazer. It's the Trailblazer community. You can always Google that, or usually success.salesforce.com should be of help. As you can see, because of the page that I'm on, it's generally navigating me to the Trailhead challenges. And so these are quite a few users who have run through the similar exercise. And you can always search in the option. This is actually, in fact, where you can collaborate with others and join Facebook groups that might also have additional questions. Now, with that in mind, if you're serious about starting your Salesforce career, this is ultimately one of the best tools that would get you in the right place. Trailhead.com. I promise you it is worth every penny, even obviously knowing that you're not paying for it. It's quite a gem. Always be wary of other resources. Quite often, even if the resource is fantastic, and on my Salesforce research page over at lipstickandtech.com, I even make the note pointing out that yes, those resources are fantastic. However, always remember that if there's a conflict of the information between a third party and Trailhead or just a Salesforce.com website, always take what Salesforce says as the right answer. They're the ones who make the exams. They're the ones who are creating the tool. It just makes sense that any questions that you have, they are more likely to be able to answer it for you. And so with that being said, I hope this video helped you. Let me know in the comments if there were things that I should have addressed. And I hope to speak with you soon, especially after the video. So if you liked this video, hit the thumbs up and share it with other trailblazers, and make sure to subscribe.